Well, good morning. We're here at New Road this morning with Ian Martin, Head of Disability Cricket at the ECB. Ian, welcome back to New Road. Tell us first of all a little about yourself and how the opportunity came to go into your current role.
Well, okay, so I've been a cricket lover all my life. Played a lot when I was a junior. Soon realised that it was never going to be good enough to make it as a pro. Same as what happens to a lot of kids, I guess. So I was far more enthusiastic than talented. Left school, joined the Navy, went off, saw the world. I served in the first Gulf War, and then not long after being back from the Gulf, I got diagnosed with a muscle wasting condition in my legs, which has deteriorated over time and has ended up with me being in this power chair. So I gave up playing club cricket when I was about 23, 24. Not thinking I'd ever play again, and then I saw a newspaper advert for a local cricket coach looking for cricketers who had a disability, and at that point I hadn't reconciled the problem with my legs was a disability at all, but I knew that I hadn't played cricket for a while because I couldn't run anymore. So I sort of thought, well, I'll go and have a chat with this guy and see what happens. And from that I got involved playing disabled cricket with people with other types of disability. Then I got involved in the administration of it, and cutting a long story short, ECB recruited or wanted to hire a national manager for disability cricket, and I got the job, and I've been in the role since 2007.
What are the key aspects of your role?
Okay, so the main thrust of my role is really to be a strategic lead for the disabled game and the growth of it, but I also look after the management of 4 national squads, England squads for blind cricketers, deaf cricketers, cricketers with physical disabilities and cricketers with learning disabilities, and the pathway that sits underneath them. This year we're launching the Disability Premier League, which is a new competition for our most talented disabled players, and beneath that we've got a domestic league system that's growing year on year for physical and learning disabled players, as well as a national blind cricket league as well. So it's an all-encompassing role. It's growing all the time. My team is growing all the time, which is a good thing.
I was going to say that tells you just how much disability cricket's flourishing via the pathways, the clubs, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we one of the initiatives that we set up as part of the Inspiring Generation strategy is disability champion clubs. We started that last year, and we've identified over 100 already that champion the inclusion of disabled players at club cricket level. But we're also partnering with the Lords Taverners on a national basis as well, with a programme called Super Ones, which takes cricket into the environments where disabled people are. Rather than expecting disabled people to go to a mainstream club, we're taking cricket to where they are. So we mix the formats up, we change equipment based on the requirements of the people that want to play. And that's the great thing about cricket as a disability sport, is that there's so many formats that you can change to make appropriate for the guys that want to play, and also the equipment can change as well. As long as you've got a cardboard box as a set of stumps, a tennis ball or a sponge ball as a ball, and a tennis racket or a stick as a bat, and you've got somebody delivering the ball to try and hit the wicket, you've got a game of cricket. So it doesn't matter where you play or what equipment you use.
Previously it used to be volunteer groups which were responsible mainly for the disability cricket and giving people an opportunity. How much has the game grown since the ECB took it under its umbrella?
The game's changed massively in the time that I've been involved in it. But fundamentally, cricket is a game run by volunteers. Whether it's disability cricket, women's cricket, or men's and boys cricket up the pathways. The professional element doesn't really come in until you get to county board level, and obviously from my perspective at governing body level. So it is still a game predominantly run by volunteers, but with a lot more professional support now than it's ever had. And with that professional support, we're able to help volunteers, to support them, to grow the leagues, and to make sure nobody's out of pocket through being involved in playing disability cricket.
So if you do have a disability and you want to play cricket, just anybody really, man, women, boys, girls. How do you go about to get that opportunity?
Well, the first point of call for any disabled youngster that fancies giving cricket a go is to get in touch with the local county cricket board, because they will understand and know where the opportunities are within their county for disabled people to access the sport. And like I said before, with the partnership we have with the Lords Taverners now and the disability champion clubs that are in existence, there should be more and more opportunities growing across every county over the coming years.
Now obviously, like all England teams, the England disability team is the cream of the crop. Just where do they stand in the rankings?
Well, we've got 4 national squads. So our learning disability team are world champions at the moment. They're about to depart to Australia to defend their Ashes, which they won in Australia 2 years ago, 8-0. So they're a really strong side. Our physical disability team were inaugural world champions in 2015, but sadly lost that title. They came runners up to India at a tournament here in Worcester in 2019. Our deaf team haven't played competitively for a number of years. They're just about to go out to Australia as well to try and regain their version of the Ashes. And our blind team are probably 3rd or 4th in the world. India and Pakistan being the strongest nations.
Now you've got this double header coming up at New Road on June the 10th. You're playing the Lords Taverners before Worcestershire play Derbyshire Falcons. How significant is it for you to participate in a double header?
Well, it's hugely significant for disability cricket because it's an opportunity to showcase the skills of our disabled players in the national squad. It's never a disappointment playing at New Road, is it? I mean, what a beautiful venue. So it's brilliant to have our disabled players being able to showcase their talent at such a wonderful venue. And against a Lords Taverners 11, which we know is going to be really, really strong. And what we hope from the day is that supporters will come in a little bit earlier to catch our game, and then obviously stay at New Road for the blast game against Derbyshire Falcons in the evening.
It's a great chance to attract more people to disability cricket, isn't it?
It's really important that we use this opportunity to showcase the talents of disabled people and to show the paying public that disabled people can play cricket to a really high level. Disability sport quite often is limited by the Paralympics. People just think the Paralympics is it. But what we can show here is that talented people with a disability can pursue their sporting aspirations through the sport of cricket.
Obviously this is a club with close connections. In 2019 you had the Physical Disability World Series here. It seems like this is a club that wants to embrace disability cricket.
I think it's not just about the club here embracing disability cricket, it's Worcester as a county. So we've had long-held links now with the university and the development of the Inclusive Cricket Centre, supported by the county board and the county club. So I very much see Worcester really as the hub of England level disability cricket growing forward. We always receive a great welcome here. People are enthusiastic about what we do. And we've built up relationships and friendships here that will stand us in good stead as we move forward.
Ian, the match obviously on June the 10th is against the Lords Taverners for the England disability side. Talk about their role as the UK's leading youth cricket and disability sports charity.
Well, look, cricket fans will be well familiar with the work of the Lords Taverners over many, many years. I mean, we celebrated our 70th anniversary a couple of years back. Over the last 12 months, we signed a partnership with ECB to further develop the Super Ones programme and also the table cricket programme. Table cricket, if you've never seen it, is an amazing sport for people with really high levels of disability, and it just gives them access to a form of cricket that works for them. Highly competitive national tournament, and it's wonderful, fully supported by the Tabs. And the fixture that we'll have here on the 10th of June is really a celebration of that partnership with ECB and also to promote the work of the Super Ones programme in and around Worcestershire. Worcestershire have got a really proactive Super Ones officer in Lindsay Bainan that works with the county board, and lots of activity going on in and around Worcestershire. So it's brilliant that we've been able to bring one of our national disability teams to New Road to play against the Taverners 11 and to celebrate all the work that's being done.
I gather some famous names coming down, like Mike Gattin, David Gower, two former England captains.
Absolutely, I mean, big supporters of the Taverners, and certainly with Mike Gattin, from my time at ECB, he used to be a manager of mine, really supportive of all aspects of disability cricket and has been for a while. So yeah, it's just brilliant to have people of their stature within the game coming along to support what we're doing.
Just over the road at the University of Worcester, the first inclusive cricket centre is being built. Tell us the importance and the significance of that, Ian.
Well, it's really significant. The building of the inclusive cricket centre, again, I think highlights the vision that the university have, that the city have around inclusion and inclusive sport. The university has been a world leader in inclusive coaching for a number of years, and you know the new inclusive cricket centre will be a monument to that, really, I guess. It'll be the first of its type in the world. Soundproof lanes, soundproof net lanes for our blind cricketers, again, which will be a first in the world. And it's a great sort of project, if you like, to celebrate inclusion, cricket, partnerships between the county club, the board, the university, the city council, and I see it really Worcestershire as being the home of England disability cricket for years to come, using the new centre as a hub. So
the England disability team will be able to practice there?
That's all part of the agreement that we have from ECB support to help with the funding of the centre. The England disability squads will have access to the centre on a regular basis.
Just finally, Ian, you've got your autobiography out, How Cricket Saved My Life. You're having a book launch at New Road on June the 10th in the New Road Shopping Cafe at 4:30. Tell us a bit about the book.
Well, the book started life really, I just started making notes at different points during my life with a view to putting something together to be able to explain to the kids why I was away so much when they were growing up, and actually what's happened with my physical condition and how come I've ended up in the chair, because that was all stuff that wasn't explained to me from my father, who had a similar condition. So I just wanted to be able to document something really and say to the kids, look, if you need to understand what your childhood was like and why I wasn't there and why my legs were bad, and you know, it's all here. And what happened was I let a couple of relatives have a read of it once I put it all together during lockdown, and they said, oh, you know, you should publish this. And I was like, nah, who's going to be interested in that? And I just got more and more encouragement really to try and get it published. So I started to include a few stories about my work in cricket and different trips that I've been on to different parts of the world with our disability squads, different scrapes that I've been in as a disabled person in far-flung places where I've been, you know, on my own and really quite isolated. And it's come together in a book, and I sent it off to a few publishers, and thankfully one decided they wanted to take it. So whatever happens from here is a bonus really. If it sells, that's great news, but if it doesn't, then I've got a documented record for the children, which is, you know, what I wanted anyway. But pre-orders seem to be going well. There seems to be quite a bit of excitement about it, so yeah, let's see how it goes.
Well, Ian, thank you ever so much for doing this interview, and we look forward to seeing you and the England disability team at New Road against the Lords Taverners on June the 10th.
Thanks very much indeed, enjoyed it, thank you.